Hey, this is Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast, here to help you make the most of your summer with Michelob Ultra, a superior light beer worth playing for. Play for it with the guys when you're competing to see who can sink more birdies on the golf course, because winning tastes even better with Ultra on the line. Play for Ultra. Fill your fridge with Michelob Ultra this summer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This episode is brought to you by Greenlight. Get this. Adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/Spotify. Greenlight.com/Spotify.
Sorry. Whew.
No, you don't have to apologize. You can take your time.
I really had a lot of guilt concerning his passing. I felt like it was just my fault, that it actually went down the way it did. But there were always questions because I knew he had went out with his friends or he had friends over, and he was found 10 inches away from the front door.
Welcome back to another episode of Connect with Jonathan Mark. We're doing these episodes where I'm helping, law enforcement, but what I've been really into recently is helping everyday people. But I really want you guys just to know we're still doing true crime. We're still helping out with cases, missing people, everything. But it is really nice to help out with these very intense cases. Now, when I do readings on my podcast or just normal readings, I can't help it, but they always come through so strong. That's why the structure of just doing a show with me in general is probably so chaotic for my producer and for everyone. So you're going to hear that I'm going to say, all right, someone's coming through immediately. So please enjoy and welcome Kelly. You have someone coming through it. When someone comes through and they grab and they kiss you, typically what that means is like a significant other, whether it's like a boyfriend, a partner, a husband. But the big thing is I'll tell you this, he's a very good guy and a very nice guy because he keeps smiling and he keeps laughing and he keeps basically saying, I don't know if the night of when he passed away, because he's smiling and cheersing me. I don't know if he liked to have a few drinks here and there, but when he keeps smiling, he keeps saying he likes to party and have fun, like not like in a horrible way, but he's definitely saying that. But what he keeps saying to me is, so this is what's interesting, and I'm just going to be honest with you. When someone talks about their death pretty intently, that means there's missing pieces to it as far as like me giving answers and stuff to his passing. And he's going like very, very like detailed about his passing because he's saying he needs to clear things up for you and it seems like other people. So what he keeps showing to me, he keeps putting a fire in front of me, which means I'm assuming he passed away within a fire. But what he's talking to me about too is the thing that he keeps wrapping around is the night that he passed, people think he was alone. I don't think he was alone, is what he keeps showing to me. Because when he puts himself and puts dots around him, typically what that shows to me is that he was either with people like right before it happened or people were there, and it's not that they escaped, but it's kind of like they were like very close in time to when he passed. What he's also showing to me too is he's pointing at you because he's saying, were you supposed to be with him? Like what's that correlation? Because he keeps pulling you saying, it looks like he was having fun, whatever he was doing leading up to what had happened. But it also seems like whether you're supposed to meet up with him in a day where you were supposed to see him or something, because he's saying...
I was supposed to be there, and I was supposed to bring my daughter with me so that she could be there with him. And something happened and I didn't get to bring her.
Yeah, because he keeps going, like, I know it sounds silly, but he keeps kissing up, saying he thinks whoever's up there, right? Like that the fact that something happened because he keeps putting a circle that everyone was supposed to be together.
Right.
And he's saying that, and he's smiling at this, is that sometimes people drink too much.
He had friends over, I thought he went somewhere and he wasn't supposed to go back to his house.
It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. It looks like he was supposed to, like what I was saying from what he's showing to me, it kind of looks like he was supposed to go out and have fun. Like that's just what it looks like, whether it's going to a bar, a restaurant, whatever, with people.
Right.
Like that's what it looks like, because he's pointing and he's cheersing me with beer cans and stuff, saying like he was supposed to, like, he's joking, like have a night kind of, and like have a fun night.
Right.
But like really what he keeps like circling back to me is that, was this his parents' house?
Yes. It was actually where we all stayed. The whole family would always meet there and we would hang out there and have, good times. And
like sometimes when people leave like an oven on, whether they're drunk or something, and then it like the gas kind of goes everywhere in the house.
Exactly. It makes sense.
That's what he keeps showing to me, is that it's
That's
kind
correct.
of like, he keeps saying you take alcohol and drinking and you try to make food.
Yes.
The problem with what he is showing to me, and when I say people are involved, I don't mean they like killed him. That's not what I'm talking about. What I mean is that they should have kept an eye on him, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Like his friends or the people that were with him should have kept an eye on him, because what he keeps, I mean, I have to be honest, he has a very good personality, because he's saying that like he's not holding grudges, I'll tell you that. The only thing that he's truly upset about is, it seems like what you mentioned is your daughter is what he's really upset about. It's the fact that like his life was cut short from being physically here with his daughter.
Right.
But what he's also saying is that he's so proud of her because of all the accomplishments recently that she's been kind of like doing. And he's joking at this. So the only reason why I'm smiling is because he's joking. He keeps saying to me, it's like he doesn't understand how she got so smart. Like he's saying to me, oh, that's okay, cool. Yeah, because he keeps literally saying to me, he just doesn't understand how she's so smart.
She just got her master's degree.
Okay, yeah, because he's just like laughing. And he's like, I don't get it. He's like, I just don't get it. And what he's also saying to me too is that, and he just wants me to tell you this because this is a big thing for him. He's like, thanking you because aside from raising your daughter, which is something I want to get into in a second, but what he keeps repeating to me is, it's like staying in contact with his family is important and staying close with people for a certain amount of time, because he's saying that it was a very difficult, obviously when someone passes away tragically, because what he is showing to me is, and I don't know if this is necessarily exactly what happened, but the house seems like it kind of caught on fire, because he's saying to me he passed out from fumes. Yeah. He just passed out from fumes. Yeah. It's kind of like when, and I'm not saying this is what happened, when someone takes their own life and they do something where they kind of, what we see in movies, they put themselves in a garage, they turn the car on and they floor the engine so the fumes take them. What he keeps showing to me, it's different. He was a little intoxicated potentially or whatever, and he's joking. It's like cooking mac and cheese or something stupid.
He was cooking macaroni.
Okay, because he's putting Kraft in front of me. So it's like cooking Kraft in front of me, and he keeps saying that he passed out, it seems. It seems like he passed out. And what he's also showing to me too is that I think that this is the thing where I'm a little confused at. There's other parts in the house that seem that have either like caused the fire to become like way larger or ignite the fire, because he keeps saying to me, so like this is where I'm like confused. It's kind of like, yes, that could have caused like a fire, but the progression of the fire is what he's showing to me. That's what he keeps like talking about to me. That's the confusion.
There was a gas can in the garage, and there was a lawnmower in the garage, and they all ignited.
Had gas? Like, yeah.
There was a car in the garage. There were things that contributed to it, making it worse.
Yeah, because he's saying like on top of the actual flames, like it was like, again, like there's so many different factors is what he keeps bringing up to me. he keeps saying the house that he was at, aside from what you said, it was like the party house is what he's saying. It was like everyone wanted to come there to hang out, to be there, even aside from family, saying his own friends and just people in general. And he keeps saying that his biggest like accomplishment, happiness, and like aside from your daughter and like you and everything was, it's kind of like an open door policy, like this accomplishment of like being like whoever wants to come in and have fun can come in and have fun. And he's saying that he was always like, from his perspective, very much like the life of the party is what he keeps showing to me. And he's saying that you were right there next to him too, like leading up to that stuff before. I'm sure you had a daughter and like everything too. But do you know his, I mean, this is like a stupid question, but you know his family and all that?
Yes.
Do you still talk to them?
I talked to his sister at my daughter's baby shower not too long ago. And her daughter also.
Well, he's talking, he wants to say something to his sister. That's why I was just curious if you speak to them. Because what he keeps saying to me, aside from you going, it seems like everyone was going. It seems like everyone was supposed to meet up at it, not at that night, obviously, but it seems like that around that time frame. You look like you were, like I said, you were supposed to meet up at that night, or you were supposed to be there with him at that night. Because what he's saying to me is kind of like the after effect of his passing is what he keeps like kind of talking to me about, and like kind of what happened after the fact of his passing and how, and this is just what he's saying. This has nothing to say about his family. It just seems like you guys kind of went like this, like kind of like,
right.
And he's saying it hurts him that it's like you didn't get the extra help that you needed sometimes from people. Again, he's not talking bad about them. He's just saying you guys went in very different directions.
Yes.
Oh, he's also swaying balloons back and forth. Whose birthday is in like 2 days or 3 days
His
from now?
birthday.
Yeah, because he's swaying balloons back and forth, and he keeps saying that it seems like his
birthday is the 21st.
Okay, because he keeps literally swaying it back and forth, saying that this is such a good birthday present for him. That's what he keeps saying.
Happy.
So that's
Tell him I said happy birthday.
Oh, he hears you. I mean, he's like he's a good person, and he's just, and I know I already said this, but he's just a fun person because he is swaying balloons, and he keeps talking about how he wants you, and he's joking, to have fun for him on his birthday. And he's just saying this is such a good birthday present for him.
Oh, that's
and
good.
He's just like over the moon, happy with all this stuff. And he's very proud of your daughter too, like, and his daughter, but he's like very, very proud of her. And again, I know he made the joke about the intelligence and stuff, but he's just saying being a mom and just being like the whole package is what he keeps talking about. And he's just saying that he's watching her from a very, which I'm sure she knows, from a very different perspective, but he's just saying how much she accomplished in such a short period of time is like pretty remarkable is what he keeps saying. Like so many major things in his life, or in her life, but in his life watching her, it's just been quite amazing. And he misses and loves her.
She was so little when he passed.
From what he's showing to me, she must have been 1 or 2, like a baby.
Yeah.
She seems like that young,
Yes.
like when he passed.
She was born in 1988 and he passed away in 1990.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Clorox Sentiva smells like lavender. Cleans like Clorox. And feels like...
All right, that could go on for a while. Experience the long-lasting freshness of Clorox Sentiva. Available in Clorox Sentiva Lavender Scented Bleach. Use as directed.
PMS, pregnancy, menopause. Being a woman is a lot. Ollie supports you and yours with expert solutions for every age and life stage. They just launched 2 new products exclusively at Walmart. Period Hero combats bloat, mood swings, and more during PMS. And Balance Perimeno to support hormonal balance, mood, and metabolism during perimenopause. Grab yours at ollie.com.
Ollie!
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
I know we mentioned his birthday's coming up, but he keeps talking to me about summertime being his favorite time, is what he keeps talking about, and how that, I mean, he's joking. He's saying it's very on brand for him to have his birthday in the summer and leading into like the summer months and stuff. He's also saying this too. You must get a lot of visits from him because he keeps talking about how much he visits you, and because he keeps tapping your head in your dreams and stuff. Because he keeps saying that, because he keeps saying that like he always wants to constantly keep visiting you. I have to ask you this too. Do you know people that had like sports cars and motorcycles like back in the day and stuff, like those types of people? He keeps saying he likes, it's like those types of people that, I don't know how to explain it. It's like wearing the tank tops and then like, you know, like kind of going to like the beach and like with the sport car or whatever. Because he keeps saying like he's still living in that type of life right now. It's that he's having so much fun. Oh my God, yeah. Because he's wearing like the tank tops and stuff.
He had an old truck that was about a 60-something Chevy. It was old school, and we used to go to the beach in it.
Yeah, because like what he's showing to me, it's like kind of my perspective of that was like putting like it's like a 79 Chevelle in front of me, right? It's like one of those where it's like those like cool cars, like old school cars, but wearing the tank top and driving to like the beach or whatever. Like that's what he keeps like showing to me in my head, saying like he's still doing that right now. Like he's not stopping doing any of this. You know, he has not changed even slightly. And that's what he keeps like showing to me, is that everything is still like on, I know I'm joking about this, but it's kind of like on brand for him, kind of. But like, it just seems like everything is still so much on brand for him. But you know what? Like, I think people are going to want to hear from you and about like your experience with him and like kind of what happened. So I would love to hear it too, honestly, because I see it from his perspective of kind of what happened and kind of what I was saying. But it really is interesting to hear it from like the person who kind of went through all that. I think the biggest thing that I just want you to know too is that aside from how much he loves and misses you and stuff, is that he is seriously so thankful that something happened that day that you weren't there. And I know that's tough because he's saying you have this guilt, and I don't want you to have this guilt that you weren't there.
Oh, wow.
Like he's very, very thankful about that, because he's just saying to me that, you know, this is why I think he's a good person aside from him being like a fun person. It's mostly because he's saying if he had to sacrifice himself for whatever, like he would rather him than you and your daughter and his daughter. Like that's kind of like his mindset with it, because he seems like, from my perspective, like, I know he was a new dad, but he seems like he was a great dad.
He was.
So like that's why he's just saying that. So anyway, I'm sorry, but I would love to hear from you. So
it's okay. It's crazy. So much of it rings true. We got married really young, and sorry. Whew.
No, you don't have to apologize. You can take your time.
Well, we got married really young, and I was probably still in high school and for part of the pregnancy. So I was being taught through homebound at my parents' house, my mother's house, by the homebound teachers and things like that for the like 6 months or so until I had Brittany. And then we would go back and forth between his parents' house and my parents' house so that they could all be with, each side of the family could be with Brittany. And then we had a lot of just drama. I don't want to say drama because that's not a good word, but our backgrounds were a little different. So we were a little headstrong, being, you know, from different backgrounds. and the complications that arose, between us, I didn't want it to affect Brittany, and so I was always, trying to be there for him so that, because we did separate closer towards the end of his life. We were having a few issues, but I was supposed to go and take Brittany to him the day before because my birthday was September 5th and his passing was on September the 8th. And we were all supposed to, he was supposed to have her and I didn't get to take her. And that was part of the problem. I had said some things I think that I regretted, and I said a prayer that night, and the very next day he passed away. I really had a lot of guilt concerning his passing. I felt like it was just my fault, that it actually went down the way it did. But there were always questions because I knew he had went out with his friends or he had friends over, and he was found 10 inches away from the front door, which I had actual friends who were police officers who notified me and told me, that they thought that I had started it because I was mad at him, that we had gotten into an argument and that I was the cause, that I left my house here and went there and started the fire. And that was not the case at all. There was so many unanswered questions towards his passing that it led me to believe that maybe there was someone else involved and there were things that were just left unsaid. My struggle, it's been a while. It's been a long time since I've dealt with all this.
Listen, like the way he's coming through, I'm seeing the best version of him, right? So I'm not seeing a version. Did I see that there was some difficulties between the two of you? Yeah, like I definitely did. But I just felt like in this type of reading, he was very happy to talk to you. I didn't even want to bring that up. Like that wasn't even like the purpose of it. But as far as like the, I guess like involvement of other people, the only thing I can really say about that is, yeah, maybe they like left him really drunk cooking macaroni and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, I guess, the involvement. I don't see that it was like a murder. I don't really see that per se. And as far as like, I guess, like you and him and like things unsaid and stuff, the way that I see it and the way that I saw from the beginning and now is the love that he has for you. It was just, you guys were very young. Because he's saying that like that's really the cause of a lot of it was age and responsibility at the same time. It's like age and their responsibility. So like, I don't really see anything like, again, like, yes, there's difficulties, but nothing that he's potentially just like going to blurt out about drama and things like that. Like there's not any of that. I mean, granted, yes, I definitely see that there was friction leading up for quite some time before it. Doesn't look like it was just like that a week before something happened. Because he's saying that it was pretty early on, even on the pregnancy side, there was a lot of like conflicting stuff. It doesn't look like it happened after your daughter was born from what he was showing to me and still showing to me. It's just more so that he just needs you to know, like, you both said things that maybe you both shouldn't have said. Like, it wasn't just you, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
He's saying it was the both of you. So, like, that's why I just want you to know, like, he's coming through with so much love and happiness to see you because he dropped, like, again, I'm seeing the best version of him. So I'm not seeing the version of when you guys maybe were fighting or anything. So
he was so much fun.
Oh, he looks it. Yeah.
He was so much fun. And I think that's what was attracted to me. He was also that kind of bad boy image, that he was both, he was so much fun though. We would go to his house and we would listen, to the radio, and I have a picture of him with an empty bottle of Bartles and James. Back in the day, it was like a wine cooler, and he had the empty bottle on top of his head. I still have that picture in my head of him. He was just so fun.
He's still very, very fun. He's still the same person. And that's why I keep saying he's very much like on brand with this stuff. So like with everything I'm saying. So I just wanted to let you know, like there's like really no hard feelings about really anything. Like that's why I didn't want you to think that. And that's also part of the reason why I chose to skip over the drama side of things, because I just felt like it wasn't necessary to like really bring up. But like I said, he's smiling, saying like the friction started way before any of this. This wasn't like a random thing. So I just want to say thank you so much for coming on. And thank you so much for trusting me to do this. It's such an honor and it's such a pleasure. So thank you.
No, thank you.
Kelly, thank you so much for coming on and trusting me to do this reading. It really means everything to me. But guys, I need you to keep an eye out. I've been doing a lot of different podcasts, so I'm going to be posting them on my Instagram at Jonathan Mark Medium. Now, if you have any cases or anything that you or your family needs help with, please follow my Instagram at Jonathan Mark Medium and send a DM, or just send an email to connectjonathanmark@gmail.com. And guys, please do not forget to rate and review the show. It means so much to me and it helps out the show so much. All right, guys, I'll see you next week.